Hello everyone and welcome back to Scooping Poop with Vivian. I know it's been a while and I am so happy to finally be able to sit down and film again without crying. Of course, recently I've been really busy dealing with a lot of things. I was actually in a community production of Be More Chill, which was pretty chill. Not at all. It was incredibly stressful, but really fun. Because of that, that's one of the reasons why I decided to take a break from YouTube. But of course, as I had announced a few weeks ago in a very poorly made, like impromptu, sad, horrible video, that Meadow had passed away. And to be honest, I'm still kind of getting over everything. People deal with pet loss differently, and that's something I can talk about in a later video. A few days ago, I got her cremated remains back, so she is back home, my little girl. I'm still not over this, and I really don't know when I will be, but I am feeling a lot better, and I feel like I can sit down and film. I don't want to make this intro too long, but if you are new to my channel, hello and welcome to Scooping Poop. This is an animal care channel where I talk about how to take care of your reptiles, your mammals, and all your weird exotic pets. And of course, I talk about how much I love my animals. So if you feel like you're interested in that, then please do subscribe and join the family. So now let's address the real reason why I am here today. I rescued a Tegu. Alright, so just to clear things up, I did not expect to get a pet Tegu within these few months or years, to be completely honest. I mean, Tegus have been one of the most amazing pet reptiles that I always like to research and to know more about. And the real reason why I didn't necessarily want a Tegu recently wasn't because I didn't have the space or the time or the dedication. It was more like there was no pull factor for me to get a Tegu. But this Tegu was probably one of the worst just neglected cases of a reptile I'd ever seen in a pet store. Before I go into story time mode, let me introduce you to my Tegu first. Currently, this Tegu does not have a name, and I'm not completely sure that he is a male, but I did attempt to sex him, and based on his little buttons, I am assuming he is male, although he is a little bit too young to know for sure. Currently, he measures around 21 inches, so he is already a big boy, but he's definitely under a year old as Tegus grow really quickly, and the adult size is generally around 4 to 5 feet, meaning that this boy will grow a lot bigger in the future. I do not have his exact age, but I am guessing he is definitely under a year old, and based on what the shop owner said, he is most likely around 6 months to 8 months old. He is a Argentine black and white Tegu, which seems to be the most popular type of Tegu for pets. Plus, he has an amazing temperament. Honestly, he's been such a good boy. He doesn't have a name yet, so if you have any suggestions, please leave them down below in the comments. And for me, it always takes forever for me to come up with names because I'm super duper slow. When he does have a name, I'll be sure to let you guys know. So now let's talk about the entire story and how this poor animal was being neglected and mistreated at this pet store. So I went to a local pet store near me. I'm not gonna say it because that's not the point of a video, especially if my location is open. You guys know I live in Houston, so I don't want everybody to be like setting this place on fire because that's a bit harsh. So I originally go to this local pet store because I was looking for some rat food. It is really beautiful on the outside. They have a bunch of ponds, and I think, wow, this place has such good reviews. It must be a really nice fish store. And then a sign catches my eye that says reptile and mammal room. So honestly, I was really excited to go see reptiles and mammals. So I go in, and honestly, the things I see are quite disturbing. They had hamsters and rats in really small cages. And again, pet store cages are temporary, but it's always better to provide a large temporary enclosure anyway. I look over to their little reptile section, and most of the cages are actually empty. I see a couple of bearded dragons, and they have heat lamps, and I'm thinking, you know, it's not the prettiest enclosure, it's not the cleanest, but at least they have heat and all that, right? And as I'm walking away, a little sign catches my eye, and it says Argentine black and white Tegu, $300. And I look down, and at the corner of this little reptile rack section, there is this tiny, disgusting enclosure that is filled with cat litter. Pelleted paper cat litter, okay? And this thing it doesn't have any lights, like at all. Like I checked, like the little like ceramic fixtures, they didn't have bulbs in them, meaning that this animal has not been getting any light. So it's completely dark in there. And I thought there's nothing in it. I'm like, this is fine, there's no animal. And then in the corner, there is this sad looking Oreo colored baby. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so this little precious angel is sitting there in the corner sleeping, and he is covered in dust because of the cat litter, and there's piles of like poop and like little urine balls everywhere, and it's horrible. There's no food in there, but there is a water bowl. Yay! But this water bowl is tiny and shallow, and there's no way this Tegu could soak in it. If you guys do not know already, black and white Argentine Tegus love humidity. They require 70 to 90% humidity pretty much at all times, or at least a humid hide. And obviously cat litter is designed to absorb liquids, you know, when cats pee. So obviously this Tegu has been kept in an enclosure that is extremely dry, and that was pretty evidenced by the horrible shed that he has stuck on his body till this day. Immediately seeing this Tegu, I felt so bad. And honestly, the way he looked so miserable there. I decided that I don't want to be supporting a company like this, you know, a company that does not treat their livestock well. But another part of me said I needed to get that animal out of that situation. So some people argue a true rescue is when you do not benefit the company or benefit the person who is hurting the animal. And yes, to a certain extent, I do agree with that. Going in to rescue, you know, an animal from Petco, although it changes the life for that animal, it also, you know, gives money to the people who are doing this in the first place. But just seeing that animal there, something struck in me, and I knew that in the end, I just had to relocate that Tegu
and put him in a better situation.
So honestly, I do feel bad that I supported this company, but in my mind, I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking about getting this creature into a better place. Now this employee opens the cage and brings out the Tegu, and this poor little baby is literally squirming. Like he is like kicking and tail whipping and like hissing, and eventually he makes it onto me, and the moment I hold him, he literally just stops. And he just plops. He just plops onto me, and I'm like... So skipping extra details about this pet story, jump to now. Currently, he is in quarantine in my room. He is in a cage that is absolutely temporary. It is way too small for a Tegu his size. So the first day I got him, as I was setting up his temporary enclosure, he was terrified. I let him roam around on my bed, but whenever I got close to it, he would get really defensive and run away, or he might hide underneath the bed, and he would get hissy and puffy sometimes, and honestly, he just was terrified. However, after literally one day of a proper basking temperature, proper warmth in the tank, proper temperature regulation, and also UVB light, he made a 180, like completely turned around into a new animal. He eats super duper well for me. Currently, I'm feeding him a bunch of different types of meats and also a couple of fruits. And honestly, he's just been such an amazing animal. He's not completely puppy dog tame yet, as a lot of Tegus will become. But then again, he is a juvenile, meaning that he's kind of going through his weird puberty phase. So he's going to be a little bit hissy and scratchy, but that's okay. As far as bonding goes, I did give him a few days to settle down. So I immediately let him start associating me with good things. I take him out and have a little playpen that's made out of cardboard in the back. And what I do is I just let him run around. There's plenty of toys in there. And I also hang his basking light in there sometimes, and I'll just sit there. And honestly, whenever he gets curious, he'll come up to me, he'll crawl on me, all the way to my head sometimes, and it really hurts, but it's okay. And he lets me hold him. Whenever he's sleepy or when he's underneath his basking lamp, he actually lets me pet his head, which is really, really sweet. And he also lets me cradle his entire snoot in my hand like this. It's very cute. I was very, very shocked to find that this Tegu wasn't hyper aggressive or incredibly, territorial and mean and scary. I mean, Tegus do have a reputation for being very, very tame and forming close bonds with their owners, which is something that we don't always see in reptiles. Tegus tend to be a lot more self-aware than other smaller lizards and can arguably be one of the smartest lizards in the world. I feel like right now I am capable and okay with taking care of a Tegu. I feel like I have enough background research. Again, this is an animal I've been intrigued by for years and years now, and just fate brought us together, and I just think that he has been an amazing pet. And I really, really hope that he will grow up to be nice and healthy and chunky, and I can't wait to set up his permanent enclosure.
Okay, so sorry about the background noise. I am here with my little boy bonding right now, and I forgot to add in the video that the owner of the pet store said that he came from a mass breeder in Florida. So as far as I know, he is not wild caught or imported, but he is a farm raised Tegu.
Hey guys, I was editing and I realized that I forgot to inform you all that I asked the owner what the Tegu was being fed, and turns out he's been fed nothing but mice his entire life. And if you know anything about Tegus, it's good that he got some mice because a whole prey diet is good, but a Tegu can't live off of mice alone. They're omnivores and mice just aren't nutritious enough for them to survive off of. So that's why I'm adding a lot more to his diet slowly, but he definitely needs more than just mice. So again, that's just another thing that just made me mad. Now, I'll definitely give you guys more Tegu updates and care videos, and maybe even advice in the future once I'm a little bit more experienced. Right now, I'm also figuring things out for myself, but I do want to provide you guys with updates. Over on my Instagram at Scooping Poop, I will give you plenty of photos and other cute videos of him. Also, I do have an announcement regarding my upload schedule. As you guys know, I've been trying to stick to a schedule of Monday and Thursday videos. And I've been trying really hard to upload twice a week. But now I feel like I need to give myself kind of a break. I've been busy, and I want to do at least one upload a week and possibly two. So what's gonna happen is that every Thursday I will have an upload, but on Mondays I may or may not have a video. Again, I will try to do 2 uploads a week, but just let you guys know that Thursdays are guaranteed. Mondays are kind of like a bonus. Again, if you are new to my channel, it would be super duper helpful if you guys subscribe. To be completely honest, when I was gone, my views were skyrocketing, but the moment I'm back with my opossum video, the YouTube algorithm was like, nope. So it would really help out if you like this video and you subscribe. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers, and I really want to be able to be monetized and, you know, really do YouTube more seriously and have a lot more fun with it. So if you can subscribe, that really helps. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be sure to update you on everything in the future. Thank you guys so much for being here for me. YouTube has been making me really happy recently. So I'll see you in the next video I make.